All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Miss B Ecstatic. I am Miss B Ecstatic Mom Dragon, and I am working with a small space here. So bear with me a little bit. I'm just gonna light a little bit of sage here to clear the space and get us going. This is a new space for me, newer. So I've had a lot of fun kind of making it my own and beautifying with Venus and her domicile on Taurus right now as I'm filming. It's been a lot of fun just doing a little ode to Venus and did a little sculpting with my hands. She's definitely imperfect in such a beautiful way, and dried flowers and all the things. We're going to be working with my favorite deck, and actually I've bought this deck many times and gifted to others, the Mystical Moments Tarot by Carolyn Welch-Stein. Again, excuse my arm, small space. So it has been a while, as I said before, and just life. So, that happens. We're all in a huge transitional period, going through our own things, working through these energies in our own circumstances, and adjusting and making improvements, and where we can, right? Wherever it's showing up for us. So, that's not going to work. Let's see. All right, I'll put it over here. All right, so I like to do a little I Ching Divination and oracle reading. Just adding a little oil here for my prayer. This is just a Young Living Gathering blend. For those of you that know of the company, I've used them for so long. And so we're going to do a little I Ching divination and using some of the intuitively reading it, and then also taking some of the interpretations from Ma Deva Padma and the Tao Oracle. Again, something I've used for years. Love, love, love. And this I Ching coin prediction guide, I like to add it because just like an ode to the OGs who, came before and had done the work to help make this accessible, this information accessible. And so the language is going to be super culturally perspective. There's a cultural perspective because it is a Chinese author, and it is also going to be using language that is like a period, time period appropriate for when it was, originally written. And of course, interpretations are interpretations. There are so many. So, yeah, we'll go with the flow, see what happens. And let's see. What else? Yeah, I was actually in the middle of doing something else today. And I just all of a sudden had this energy come through, like, wouldn't it be fun? So let's see. I'm going to share my prayer with you here. I like to just hold my coins as I'm praying and clearing my energy. So stand by. Clearing myself of any negative, unwanted energies, entities, known or unknown. Making myself a clear channel for messages to come through. connecting to my ancestors, Creator, and the living spirit of the I Ching to bring forth any messages in a clear way that can be understood by all that are viewing this video. Let there be something for everyone. Amen. All right, so basically, I can get specific with these questions, but for now, I'm just going to play with, what messages are available. To share at this time. So hopefully leaving it open enough to get something that everyone can resonate with at some level. Anyone that decides to click on this video and view me here, sorry, again, small spaces. Be kind. All right, here we go. What messages are available to share at this time? What messages are available to share at this time? What messages are available to share at this time? What messages are available to share at this time? What messages are available to share at this time? What messages are available to share at this time? Awesome, that's our 6th line. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I hope everyone can hear me okay. I am using my earphones, so I hope there isn't any scratchy clothing sounds. I guess I'll find out later. All right, so we have the wind on the bottom and heaven above. And we got 2 changing lines. Pretty cool. So we'll get some extra messages there. And, excuse me. Heaven above. So it's in heaven, and heaven is a natural position. So there's no outward, no immediate conflict. Wind on the earth, change. So imagining the nature of wind. So the top 3 lines are going to be heaven, always represent heaven, the states and expressions and the energies taking place in the heavens, and the lower trigram is always going to be the dealings of nature or what's happening on earth. And all of the different ways that it shows up in either position gives us part of the reading. So having heaven in its natural position means there's harmony there. Wind on the earth, we want to imagine, maybe birds that sing, things that the wind carries. So seeds, it could be messages. the wind blows the weather. As a result, we see accumulation of clouds. There's also, yeah, like there's like, and that usually indicates like a shift or a change in the environment. And so let's take a look and see which hexagram this is, and we'll go a little bit further with that. Oh man. Oh my gosh. All right, so I actually got the bottom hexagram reversed. It is thunder, not wind. If it were two solid lines, it would have been wind. But in this case, it's thunder, which is definitely, yeah, that's a different vibe. All right, so that would give us the hexagram or 25. Awesome. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, this is a personal practice. And so we're not looking for perfection here. I'm definitely not trying to impress anybody with my expansive hexagram, trigram knowledge. I have been studying this off and on throughout my life, a little bit here and there, and it's always been a pretty consistent passion, but always learning. So bear with me and enjoy the bloopers as I go. Yeah, okay, so 25. Let's see what the two trigrams bring. Okay, innocence. All right. Yeah, as I said before, there's harmony in the upper trigram. The lower trigram, thunder kind of bites through the atmosphere. It adds really important nutrients to the environment via positive or negative ions in the atmosphere after a storm, for example, and it is obviously associated with a storm. So it's really interesting to see these two together, and let's go ahead and read from the Tao Oracle a little bit about the hexagram 25. Innocence in an adult is not the same thing as gullibility or naivete. Rather, it is a quality that comes with maturity and arises out of a lifetime's experience that trusting in the heart for guidance always proves to be the best way to deal with life's ups and downs. Innocence is the ability to pay attention to the inner voice of intuition and to spontaneously respond to life unfolding in the now. Kind of like I did earlier. An innocent person doesn't attempt to be an all-knowing authority and has no interest in carrying the weight of knowledge learned from other sources. He or she learns by living each moment to the fullest and is enthusiastic and inspired by even the most ordinary occurrences. One who is innocent has the refreshing childlike quality that emanates from unaffected simplicity, unconcerned by the need to prove anything. It is wholesome, not childish or needy. It is to be content with being for the sake of simply being, complete in itself. Babies and very young children radiate this quality. Everything is new to them, and they are continually fascinated and in wonder. They have not yet been programmed to have preferences, be fixated on ideals, or strive to achieve goals, and what might be necessary to help develop some armor to deal with the world. The problem is that by the time we have outgrown the need to protect ourselves, we have lost touch with the innocent quality and do not know how to go back and retrieve it. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to just read the conclusion piece because you kind of get the idea. If you find yourself rationalizing your behavior, trying to cover your tracks in order to save face, it is time to renew your acquaintance with your innocent self. Only by trusting life, being open and available to it, can you ever taste delight. And being delighted simply means joyful experience and joyfully experiencing, let's say that again, joyfully experiencing the unexpected. Now is the time to approach each situation as it comes and be responsive to even the most subtle influences, not out of the need to manipulate, but out of sheer vitality, enthusiasm, and sensitivity. If your innocence has been taken advantage of, the mature response is the resilient, bounce back quality that is only ever strengthened by adversity. Mistakes made out of innocence are natural and are the building blocks of wisdom to come. There is no point in regretting mistakes. It will only feed the defensive armor of the ego. So I guess I'm not editing this video. Above all, remember that life is a moment-to-moment flowering, not some problem to be solved. When you live in the here and now, there is nothing to defend. Everywhere you look, there is an opportunity for wonder. All that is required is that you look through the innocent eyes of a child. And again, as I said, there are additional messages because we have 2 lines. All right. So, first message. For many people, the idea of living spontaneously can be threatening to careful constructs that are designed to handle every problem that faces them from the cradle to the grave. The innocent person recognizes that it is natural to try to construct defenses against chaos and disorder, and it is just as natural that the scaffolding should collapse from time to time. Don't allow yourself to be shaken from what you know to be true, and you just might learn from the experience how to construct a better scaffold. I think that's great advice right there. And that feeds into like the cutting aspect of thunder, how sudden break in the atmosphere and it shifts the energy. Now the second message is the 5th line. Life is a gradual flowering that unfolds the unique potential of every being, unfeigningly supports that uniqueness in realizing its divine nature. In the East, the realization of divine nature is called enlightenment. It is the return to the innocence after a fall from grace. It is to be twice born, once as Gautama, then as Buddha, once as Jesus, then as Christ. The return to innocence is the return to innocence is the birthright of every human that has ever been and will ever be nurtured by life on this earth. Trust that this inner unfolding will take you through the present times and let nature take its course. Awesome. So those are the extra messages from the changing lines that we got from the divination itself with the coins. Now, it gave us the initial structure of 25, and when we account for the changing lines, it does give us a secondary hexagram to consider. So I'm going to adjust for that now. And, oh, that's interesting. So we have double fire. And before I say anything else, let me double check that I have that right elementally. Yep, double fire. Cool. All right, so that gives us hexagram 30. So we'll look for additional messages in 30. But you know what? We're going to use the I Ching coin prediction just to give us some alternative perspective and language to play with here. And maybe I'll do both. So this one is number 30, Li, fire. In the Tao Oracle, it's called clinging. Both the upper and lower trigrams are Li, fire, sun, glory, brightness. A flame is not stable. It is always in motion. The hexagram signifies eternal conditions which are constantly changing. And internally, it means a mind that is never fixed on anything, or a person who is short-tempered, explosive, and full of fire. Fire is an important element in many ways. Our bodies convert food into calories or units of heat, and if we do not have enough of them, we weaken. Those who get this hexagram should remember that if fire is misused or uncontrolled, it can cause disaster. They have plenty of energy and sharp, penetrating minds. If they apply their abilities carefully, they will be successful. But if they misuse them, there will be trouble. The trigram Li also means the second or middle daughter, or a young woman who is beautiful outside, the two yang lines, and devoted inside, an inner yin line. She is welcome in society, and if she uses her ability, she will achieve success. In romantic affairs, Li indicates that both the man and the woman are very passionate, but if they hesitate and contemplate for too long, they cannot marry. In summer, the hexagram is favorable, but in autumn, it means misfortune and decline. And I do feel like since we have had the new year in March with the ingress of 0 degrees Aries, and spring energy coming through, there is a lot more vitality, fire, energy, inspiration, all kinds of opportunities to get out of hand. Or use the energy constructive, obviously, and start new things, initiate plans. So overall, oh, the star. Overall, I feel like it's a good time to clean up your energies and anything that restricts you or feels restrictive around your expression. Embrace your curiosity. Know that you're here. The fact that you simply exist at this time means that you are worthy. You are worthy of your heart's desire. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of expressing your gifts, your voice in this world. You're valuable, you're needed. Your contribution, your unique contribution is needed. And so again, with that spring energy, like spring cleaning up the energies, making sure like your environment isn't cluttered, making sure that your relationships are not cluttered with anything that is leaking, meaning like maybe it's not two ways, maybe it's maybe someone who's just taking all the time and exhausting your energy, you might want to consider setting new boundaries. It's a good time to clean up, like remember what you enjoy doing and make plans to play and to maintain that innocence and engage in that childlike innocence, and don't burden yourself with anything that others might judge you for or criticize you. It's really their problem, not yours. And that's what I get with the star. Don't be afraid to be yourself, your innocent self. She's naked, so she's vulnerable. She's untouched by the fact that she's not shamed or hiding in any way. She's just authentically, comfortably being, and you're worthy of that as well. Page of Wands, yeah, so that's that fiery, like youthful, and I would say innocent too. You see his spectacle is like, or magnifying glass is like zeroing in on your curiosities and going for it. And, you know, maybe you make mistakes, as the trigram mentioned. There's beauty in that. And yeah, that's fun. I like that. I like that a lot. I love that toucan. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, she is going to set boundaries. She's going to tend to her own realm, to all of her responsibilities, and take care of the things that she values that are important to her in her immediate environment. And the Two of Swords here tells me that, yeah, you are contemplating in what areas, or it's a great time to contemplate in what areas you can cut things out. Now, I know Two of Wands is really, or sorry, Two of Swords, excuse me, is more about a decision that's weighing on you. And I can say from experience that at this time, relationships have been on my mind, and making decisions about stepping back from some of them have been quite weighty. And recently that energy of spring, the energy of a new year, the energy of Venus and Taurus, the Queen of Pentacles, evaluating my values, what I want, how I want to show up in the world, unimpinged, has really helped me to zero in on those things and make those decisions. So, yeah, I think that's a great place to leave it. We had, again, the hexagram 25 and 30 today. And I feel good about it. That was fun. I appreciate you viewing this video and would love to hear how you're feeling this energy. If you resonate in any ways that it might be showing up for you, comment below and share, let me know. I do love reading comments and responding. I am a small channel, of course, just getting my feet wet, and there'll probably be many iterations of what I offer here. But right now, again, I am playing with what I love, even if in error, and sharing that here for you all. And I'm going to use my little bag of sweary affirmations to close this out for us. And I don't see what they are, so totally random pick. Whoop. Brush off the petals here. Do one thing every day that makes you feel fucking fabulous. You see that? You see that? Do one thing every day that makes you feel fucking fabulous. She looks fabulous. This gal looks pretty fearless in her explorations. Get to it. Get to it. Get to feeling fabulous today. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. And thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.